Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to join our Colorlight online chain. I'm Frank. This is my privilege to be here and share some of our typical Colorlight new products and technology today. Before we get started this training, we know that you may have some technical question during the training. Feel free to ask your question by chat window, and our engineer Bill and Jarvis will answer your question in time. For sure, let us know what you are interested in the control system or a new technology. We can arrange more training, then we can make progress and do it better. Is there any questions that I can help with? Please email to my email address, frank@led.com. For sure, I will upload the record video to our YouTube channel. You can find us by scanning the QR code at the end of this presentation or search Colorlight Technology on YouTube. Will be great to see your comments in our channel. By the way, taking this opportunity, wish you and your family good healthy during this special circumstance. This year, we have released many new products and add different product lines to meet the need of different customers. Some of you may be familiar with Colorlight's product. Regarding the controller part, we have synchronized and asynchronous controller. About the synchronized controller, it is divided into three series, Z, X, and X, to meet the needs of different customers and markets. Asynchronous controller including the A and C series, like the common C4, C6, and the more functionality upgrade A series, which is more powerful and cost-effective. Today, sorry, the series. Today, the topic is in Colorlight new product review, including Z6 Pro G2, X16E, and the new 4 new Colorlight Cloud player. Those are A100, A200, A2K, and A4K. The first new product in this year, Z6 Pro G2. With the development of industry technology, the LED screen as the carrier of display content is playing a more and more important role. For many high-end exhibition hall, LED cinema, church, or TV studio, we provide innovation expression of contents. Let's have a look at the G2. It is a flagship processor integrating cutting-edge technology in this industry and focus on giving users the ultimate visual experience. The appearance is very similar to Z6 Pro. It's combined video processing, splicing, and the LED display control compatibility. It has cinema professional color adjustment function, such as 3D, color magic, and color curve. It is enable the LED display high quality image and provide customer with abundant and practical functions. Ultimate display effect with the G2. The first one, Infit-bit technology. Infit-bit technology is developed by Colorlight for improving grayscale display effect. Using this technology for gamma calculation, we can increase the number of color bits of the display from original 16-bit up to 22-bit. And with higher color depth video source in, like 10-bit, the display effect can be truly improved. Whether it is more dedicated and uniform low great transmission, or shaper and clear picture effects. It can bring customer a perfect visual experience. Grayscale fine tuning. In LD display instruction, it is very common to adopt PWM driver IC on fine pitch panels. A PWM signal is a square waveform with a controlled pair, duty circle, and polarity. The duty circle is a very important factor that influences each grayscale's brightness. Due to the limitation of driver IC manufacturing technique, the waveform of driver chip is not perfectly linear. You can help see. It will cause the gray level represent on the LD screen looks not the same as what they're supposed to be. Usually we call it grayscale jump or skip. To solve the grayscale jump issue, we can use CS2000 color meters to measure each grayscale brightness and calculate the LO values. Let's see the picture on your right hand. The red curve is original and measured by the color meter. You will see that this change not so uniform, but the blue is the result after calculating. The grayscale fine tuning technology will automatically compensate for the error of each gradient according to measurement, making the screen grayscale smoother and more accurate. That's before and after. Color magic. Color accuracy of the LD display is critical for some high-end application like TV studio and product launch. For this type of application, the customer usually not only requires 3 primary colors, I mean red, green, and blue, to match specific target, but they need more like secondary color or even more. Due to the display original color space limitation or varied color requirement from user, simple color adjustment is no longer meet users' need. Color magic can adjust up to 14 colors in a specific orientation. On your right hand, in the HSV color module, those colors are evenly distributed on the circle. Looking at the picture on your right hand, the color of the painted felt from green to yellow. The other part, like the mountain, still keep the original color. That's we call color magic. Low latency. For broadcast or some important events, low latency is very important. In the situation of scaling and picture-in-picture, G2 still supports low latency for fewer than 2 frame delay, no matter SDI or HDMI inputs, without scaling or video processing. Dynamic frame rate. Another amazing technology by Colorlight. Common frame rate for the movie shooting usually is 23 or 24 Hz. Those frame rate is different due to different nation or region standards. And now, for some special application like eSport, sports events, VR application, etc., there may be more high frame requirement. such as 120, 144, or even 240 Hz. The higher frame rate, the smoother video will be. G2 support different frame rate from 20 to 240 Hz. Another feature is 3D LOT. LOT is an acronym that stands for lookup table. Within the context of image editing, film, video, a lookup table is used to remap the input color value of the source pixel to a new output value based on the data contained within the LOT. It's like a table, then remap to another pixel. The color will be different. You can see the effect on the pictures. 3D LOT color management is widely used in film production. Currently, G2 supports input the LOT file directly to achieve more accurate color. XR application. As the display technology developing, XR extended reality applications are expected to grow in coming years. Catching up with the trend, using an LED wall as a digital background replacement for a traditional green screen is a huge market. G2 is specially developed to meet this kind of requirement in the areas. The shooting team can reduce the cost of on-site shooting. They don't need to go outside and take the video. Also, the actor can express their acting skill better with a real-time background image. That's very amazing. About the G2, here is the hardware connection diagram from the G2 to LED wall. There are 4 H10FM fiber optical transceivers, 2 for the main and 2 for backup. Conventional solutions require the fiber optical transceiver on both the sender and the receiver. For G2, a single device not only saves the transceiver at the sender end, but also has the internal load backup. In application, fewer cable connection will be very helpful to reduce unexpected fault points. Besides that, for some particularly important events, we can use 2 controller backup schematics, starting from the front-end video source, the media service, to realize the redundancy of entire system. The fiber solution about G2. The H10FN fiber transceiver is the only model that is compatible with G2 processor. Colorlight had 2 versions out there. H10FN, one is the rack version that has 1 unit. H2FN2 is the charge mount version, specially designed for the rental purpose. It can be mounted on the charge behind the LED screen due to the limited space. Also, the H10FN have the following advantage. Besides the appearance of the H10FN, their functionality are the same. Both got a power con in and out. Reliable and no extra power plugging required when the multiple transceivers are used. H10FN is also compatible with 10 gig single mode cable and the transmission distance up to 2 kilometers. The fiber connector is LC to LC. About the hardware information of G2, that's including two parts, input and output. Those information also right in the G2's specification. So we just have a simple look. About the input card is 3-in-1 4K input card, HDMI 2.0, DP 1.4, and 12G SDI. About the maximum input resolution is 4K, 4096 by 2160 at 60 Hz. It supports 8-bit and 10-bit video source input. About the frame rate, it supports from 23 to 240. About the output, the maximum loading capacity is 8.84 million pixels, with a maximum width or height of 8192 pixels. For 10 gig fiber output, we talk at last slide, 2 for the main, 2 for redundancy output. Pixel capacity. This is about the maximum pixel capacity of G2 at different frame rate and color depth. Because the frame rate and color depth will directly affect the amount of transmission data. The higher frame rate, the fewer pixels will be loaded. The specific value can be obtained from G2's specification too. Also, we have the pixel calculator in iSet software. You can find it on the page of iSet. So the maximum loading capacity of 8.84 million pixels is 60 Hz, 8-bit or 10-bit. But if your video input is 240, the maximum loading capacity will be reduced. Some input details with G2's input card. You will see the input of HDMI and DP share the same parameters. Maximum resolution is same, 4096 by 2160 at 60 Hz. The maximum pixel clock is 600 million Hz. The same maximum width and height. Please note that the 12G SDI supports SD, HD, 3G, and 6G SDI, and also support that interlacive display, but it did not support the EDID setting. So the resolution will according to your camera's inputs. Also, another point about the 3-in-1 input card, only one signal can be displayed on the screen. So we will get information. Z6 Pro G2 supports up to 4 windows. Maximum is 4 input card. Cropping, scaling, and switching is supported. Low latency. The latency minimum is 1 frame. Color magic, 3D LUT, HDR is also available. We support HDR10 and HLG. G2 also supports the fusion output of multiple video signals. Frame rate multiplication. That's a conclusion about the video processing of G2. Okay, that's all for the G2. Next will be the X16E. X16E is an all-in-one 4K processor. I believe some of you may already use the X16 or know some basic information about the X16 controller. So firstly, I will show you a comparison between X16E and X16. From those 5 basic parameters, the pixel capacity is up to 10.48 million pixels. We know that one output port can roll 0.65 million pixels. So 10.48 million pixels means 16 Ethernet ports can be fully loaded. More pixels on width and height. The maximum width reaches 16,384 pixels. It supports audio output, which means you can connect to a speaker directly. Before, the X16 only got audio in, no output. One more DP 1.4 input. DP always popular. Besides those basic parameters, X16 not only improve functionality, but also optimize customers' feedback. Let's have a look. Here is the front panel of X16E. The general design is similar to X20 with dark blue metal window frame design from left to right. 3.8-inch LCD display to display the operation manual and device information. A knob to turn the option and press to confirm. The direction of rotation can be selected as clockwise or anti-clockwise. The function key includes 2 parts: a shortcut button for the manual. Another part is about the signal and preset switching, and the power switch. This is the LCD panel. The LCD interface have been redesigned compared with X16. More input signal status and output network port status can be viewed. When the input source has been connected and detected, you will see the status will be highlighted. At the same time, you can view the different device information and input source detail by select page. The front panel shortcuts compared to before already optimize the button logic for the signal and preset quickly switching. You just need to simply click the button instead of going to the menus path. It's more convenient compared with before. When this button, the mode is enabled. The number 1 to 7 is corresponding to the preset sense. X16E supports 16 preset mode. The control part, actually X16 and X16E is quite familiar. The LAN port RJ45 is connected to a local area network. RS232 is a RJ11 interface. It can be connected to the central control. We have the API for this, for the RS232. USB in and out connect to the PC, used to debug the parameters. I think the engineer is quite familiar with this. The audio in and output. Audio input can receive the audio from the PC or other device. The output can connect to a speaker or to other equipment. Here is about the output, the input. The input interface, HDMI 2.0, DP 1.4, and to HDMI 1.4 to DVI. Also, you will see a small hole here. It is a 3D option. It can connect to a 3D emitter, but this feature is option. You need to talk with our sales when you get a 3D project. I get a question from Sergio. Can we use the DP 1.4 and HDMI 2.0 at the same time? Yes, it can be. It can. You can do some splicing with these two ports. But it compared with the X16, the input card design is different. Before is the slot design. You can replace the input card, but now it's fixed. 4K input by 2 and 2K input by 4. Pixel capacity. There are some specific and restriction with the pixel capacity. We will recommend the height of your screen resolution should not exceed 1080 pixels. Then you will get the full load of the one Ethernet port. The maximum 0.64 million pixel. Some restriction about the total pixel. The first one, the total background frame rate size should be less than 10.4 million pixel. The second limitation, the sum of pixel occupied by each layer should be less than 16.5 million pixel. We can see where there's two layer overlap. This part, which is something to watch out in this kind of PIP application. The maximum width is 16,384 pixels. The maximum height is 8192. That's the limitation 3. So please know this part. About the PIP, it's up to 6 windows. So all the input signal can display on the screen at the same time. If you are doing a 3D project, only 3 windows can be displayed on your screen. And the total pixel will reduce to a half because the input signal will, the output will be 120 Hertz, 120. The total data is double. On your left hand, there is a calculator on iSet. We have 2 different situations. the low latency enable and disable. Only the ZA controller doesn't have the limitation of maximum width. The Z6 Pro will add one more frame when they exceed the maximum width. Dual controller backup mechanism. Regarding the logical mechanism of dual system backup, the software supports the following three ways of setting. First, if one signal is failed, then the corresponding window will be black. You can select not switch to the backup device. The second method, second option, any window signal failed, automatic switch to the backup processor. The third way, only all window signal failed, then automatic to switch to the backup controller. You can select these three options on the software, choose one of them. For sure, you need to do some setting about the redundancy, just a few clicks on the software. Also get a question from Sergio. Yes, this feature, the redundancy, can be set on iSet and LDVision, both. Precise color management. In some projects, we need to adjust the display to the specific color gamut. Through the color management function of X16E, we only need to manually input the original color gamut. Or you can obtain the data through the color meter. Then the specific color gamut range can be output to the screen. But the target color gamut range must be smaller than the original color gamut. For example, we can see the original color gamut of the screen is DCI-P3. The target is IEC 709. Yeah, because the target is smaller than the original one. But we cannot choose to IEC 2020 because that is more bigger than is out of the range. So with this feature, you just need to know the original color gamut. For sure, some panel is already done the chroma calibration. You just need to choose the here. If your LED display is calculated, you just select a preset here or type in the data. Also, we support import and export the data of your color gamut as a file. For this X16E 4K processor, I will briefly summarize those following features. Input, to 4K, DP 1.4 and HDMI 2.0. The maximum loading capacity reach 10.48 million pixels. Bigger width compared with the last preview generation. Also, it supports the video's source switching, cropping, splicing, and scaling. The maximum picture-in-picture is 6 windows. Each window's location, the size can be freely adjusted. Also, it supports precise color management and support video sync. You can, if you got several video source input, you can choose to sync one internal signal. Also, we add one separate audio in and out. Okay, that's all about the X16E. In the third part, I will introduce our new generation of our cloud player, A-series. Today, sorry, my Siri is wake up again. This year, we have launched 4 new players in A-series. Those are A100, A200, A2K, and A4K. As a brand new series, it is our edge technology in the outdoor commercial advertising screen, the screen for chain store, lamp poster screen, and some text screen. We have done many projects with those kind of application. Let's see some projects. This is a domestic shopping mall in China. The feature of this project is that all the screens are on different floor with different resolution. Although through our cloud platform, we can create different cluster to management all those screens. At the same time, we can create a sub account for each store. The customer can control their screen and update their contents by themselves. Some smart city application. The idea of smart city is becoming more and more popular. As an important carrier of 5G based station, lamp power is a very important part of the content display. This project we've done before is in Malaysia. My colleague visited there, including lamp power project in Malaysia. The project have more than, I remember that more than 500 C3 Pro. Actually, is the C3 Pro is the overseas version of A35, but it's not on the list here because it's already launched last year. So actually, it's not a new product for us right now. Some application for car screen. Through the 4G and 5G internet technology, the car screen can conveniently recognize a series of intelligent advertising. Some customer will ask us to recognize location-based service to help them achieve accurate advertising. For example, the car visit the downtown, the middle of the street, middle of city. There's many people. They will create different contents according to the location. But you need to choose the GPS model. Also, this feature is already done. You can check our cloud platform. There's a map feature and the advertising about this. Some fixed installation at school, chain store, and petrol station. Even though in different cities, we still can update their contents by our cloud servers. So we support several different platforms: cell phone, PC, tablet. We have our app, or you can just open the browser, then type in the server's link. For sure, let's check the comparison between those players. I think some of you may quite familiar with C4, C6, the product for our last generation. We compare them from the capacity, the Android platform, hardware decode, and maximum width and height. You will see the C4 is Android 4.4. We got many feedback from customers. They say we don't support several kind of a web page or some contents can display. But now the platform of our player is Android 9.0, so it's more powerful. And hardware decode is 4K H.265 and 264. The difference between the A2K and A4K is the HDMI output. A4K got a HDMI 2.0, while there is a HDMI 1.4 at A2K. Also, same Android platform is 9.0. Compared with C2, the display effect and performance have been greatly improved. Also, we add another feature, resistant hotspots. So there is two separate IP for the player. So you can visit the IP address at local network. For sure, as a new generation of cloud networking player, the performance of A-series have improved by more than 50%, mainly reflect in faster startup and reboot. For example, the C4 mainly around 50 seconds to reboot, but the A100 or A200 just need about 20 seconds or less. Stronger 4G and Wi-Fi signal strength, more effective program publish, and more compatibility of video formats. So you can download the 4K video from YouTube or others video website. Just send to the 4K without any decode. The maximum storage, 4K is available because the system is already occupied around 4G. But we support the USB driver extend the storage space. There's some hardware information about the A-series. Let's take a brief overview of the hardware interface. This one is the front view of A200. It is same as A100. Antenna for the 4G and Wi-Fi signal enhancement. Indicator for the async and sync data. A button for the mode switching. Compare with the C6 or C7, A100 and A200 both supports infrared remote control, IF remote control. Also, there is a 4G slot. Many customers report that they need to open the case of the player, then insert the SIM card. We get many complaints about this part. So now it's more convenience. All A-series support this SIM card slot interface without take apart the case anymore. Here is some details about the parameters, dual band for the Wi-Fi 2G and 5G. For sure, it supports monitoring for environment. Plug and play. You just need to copy the video or image to your USB drive, then plug into the player. You don't need to create a folder and rename it anymore. Just put it and it will play automatically. Also, we improve the 4G module. Before, we will have different 4G module for a different country or areas. But now, all is same. Here is the back view of A200. The difference is that A200 got 4 output ports, 100 only got 2. USB and the LAN for the cable control here. RJ11, sensor interface for environment information detection. We got 2. Also, you can extend it. We have another like a mini multifunction card called M2. If you are interested in, I can send you the specification after this training. We have many kinds of environment sensor like temperature, humidity, smoke, speed, and air conditions. Here, there is HDMI in and out. HDMI out supports 2 modes. The first mode, like a regular sending card, it can work as a signal loop. The second mode is the internal content output, just like the A2K or C2. Yes, the main difference between the 100 and 200, A200 is the pixel capacity. I get a question from Sergio. Will there be a new C7 if we need more backup port? Yes, we also have a plan to do more new products. So just follow us and get more new information about a new product. The product position of A4K is a network player box with HDMI 2.0 capacity. It's mainly had the following advantage: a value of LED working method, support serial port control, and secondary development. In commercial 4K large screen, such as a shopping mall, chain store, LED, and such kind of project, it has a unique advantage. You will see this RS-232 communicate to external device, audio output, Hi-Fi studio output, Type C for set up the display parameters and publish contents. 3 USB. The blue one is 3.0. The other 2 is USB 2.0. So it can connect to a USB camera or USB flash drive. This one is the LAN control. About the features of our A-series products. Auto-scaling HDMI according to the screen resolution. In project with synchronized and asynchronous requirement. For example, we got a project in a bar. Sometimes we will play some like football match in the evening, but regular at the daytime we just play some advertisement for the beer or others. So the A100 and A200 can automatically scaling the HDMI signal according to screen resolution to cover the full screen. Customers don't need to do the setting to after switching their input source. Oh yeah, here is the IF remote control. About the infrared remote control, we support synchronized and async switching, programming switching, uh, brightness adjustment, volume, and OSD features. It will display the current playback, the player's status. Here is an application for the H2K. So we may have some old screen with other the controller from other brands. I'm not sure which company. So you can just HDMI 1.4. So you just need to connect our H2K to their controller with the HDMI output. Then you will say the PC. Then you can use our Colorlight Cloud server. It's totally free, so we can register account for you. It's like the old screen improvement and upgrade. The 4K screen. Also, there is a project application with A4K. A 4K screen without a PC at the front end, and we can realize remote contents update. For some shopping malls, outside building screen. Also the HDMI cascading. There's a special application for the mirror screen. Through the cascading of the HDMI, we not only can display the material or no, but also play the company picture. You can see this. The video will store in the first player. Then the video is then HDMI out, loop to other player. Then the video is played synchronized through this way. The synchronized contents. About our Colorlight Cloud servers, it's based on Colorlight Cloud C series networking player, also a new series A series. It is suitable for the commercial screen, also the smart city. And the user can realize the management and control was different operation system. There's no system limitation. Also, you can quickly access the secure and reliable cloud data center. For sure, our cloud platform is totally free. For some client, we also can do some customizing for them, like a private server for the because of the security reason or some others reason. Pre-master. Pre-master is designed for our ANC cloud player. It is integrated to management methods, the cloud and local network mode. With the new programming creative way, the automatic cloud network and then schedule control. It provides us with a comprehensive and convenient cloud player management. We will recommend our customer to use Pre-master. You can download it from our website. The latest version is 1.4 instead of the LD Vision. Okay, that's all about the cloud player. Finally, I will occupy you guys several minutes to share one case we done before. It's very large project. is a centenary of the founding of the party. That's a very huge screen. Let's have a simple look about the screen information. This is the topologic of the screen. On your right hand, there's some the main screen information. We also have other side screen and the ceiling screen. So this screen is used P5. The whole screen size is 174 meters by almost 30 meters. Total is 5,133 square meters. Here is the total pixels. It is a very large screen, and it uses our X100 7-UD module, 6 for main and 6 for backup. Because it's a very important event, so we use a true system from the source, the media server, main and the backup, the 12 controller, 6 for main, 6 for the backup. For the X16, we have two options about the output, Ethernet port and fiber. So we use the fiber solution. Yes, the data transmit to the fiber transmitter and also do the backup for the screen. For sure, at the screen side, there are also two receivers. So there's totally backup from the whole system, for the whole system. Here's some picture I get from my colleague. He visit on site when they do the construction, and here's the screen condition. You will see the people here. Then you can have a simple idea about the size of the screen. He is debugging the screen and cooperate with the front-end service manufacturers. You can see our software here. Almost down the project, the final display effect. Yeah, the display effect. The rehearsal for the Winter Olympic Games in the next year. Yeah, that's a very huge project. It's very engineer, technician. They work together and finish this project. My colleague already stayed there for 3 months, so it takes very long time to build up the whole screen. Okay, that's all for today's training. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions about this training, you can send your question in the chat window. So don't forget to follow our social media to get the latest product and training information. Here's a QR code. Thanks for listening again.